So today we have a brand new Kia Sonet to review. Now the Kia Sonet model is new to our market, so most people probably don't even know the vehicle existed. I'm going to give you all the ins, the outs of the vehicle, the things I like, the things I don't like. You're going to carry it for a test drive, see how the vehicle handles, see how it drives, and you will make up your mind whether you want to buy the vehicle or not. Now right off the bat, I must admit as always, Kia is killing it in terms of the looks department. They don't have an ugly vehicle currently. All their vehicles are stunning to look at, and the Kia Sonet is no different. Comes with 16-inch Apollo tires. It's not the very best in my opinion. Now to the corner here we have the tow hook and the parking sensors. Further to the front we have the now iconic Kia Tiger Nose grille. All their vehicles has it. So at the top here we have a combination of the turn signals and the daytime running lights. It's a switchback style system. At the bottom we have the LED style headlights, and then we have the fog lights. So I must say, the front of this vehicle looks really nice. Kia is doing a fantastic job. Then we have the power folding mirrors. You walk up to the vehicle, the mirror senses you're there if you have the keys in your pocket, and it unfolds. Now when it comes to trunk space, the trunk space is what you would expect in a vehicle of this size. It doesn't have much. And even when you fold the back seats down, it doesn't lay flat, so there's a noticeable step right there. But even with the back seats up, you can fit groceries in there. You know, if you're not making groceries for like 85 family members, you can fit a number of bags in the back there quite comfortably, and luggage as well. Now when it comes to engine and engine performance, it has a small 1.5 liter engine mated to 8-speed transmission. That doesn't help it at all. The engine sounds like a lawnmower. Just at idle, it sounds like a lawnmower. Just take a listen to it and tell me if you're not hearing a lawnmower right now. Now I know that is how the new Kia and Hyundai engines are designed, especially in its lower segments, because the Optima doesn't sound nothing like this. But it just sounds like the tappets are working overtime for no reason, like an old common rail engine just there. Just know that you cannot park in front of your girlfriend's house and just old talk, because you will wake up the entire family after a while. But that aside, let's take a look at inside the vehicle and see what I like and what I don't like. So with the front seat all the way back and it reclined in a normal seating position, you can see the room here. My knees, I am 5'6", so my knees, you know, touching, and I'm pretty short. So if you are a bit on the taller side, this seat will definitely have to go up. There's a pocket here. There's one on top here, a smaller one here, and a larger one here. I guess it's probably for like a phone or something, and you know, iPad, tablet. Then there's a pocket here with a handle. You can grip this handle here. I like the fact that you get rear AC vents. No independent controls to the rear though. These are controlled via the front. You have a charger, you have a pocket, you have a larger pocket here, just like on this side, but you have no small pocket on this side. But in the back here is really nice. The seats are comfortable, and you can fit, if I were to go around, you can fit 3 people in the back here. You know, it would be a tight squeeze, you know, I am here, then you have somebody else on this side here, then you have somebody over there, but they can fit. It's a really nice place. The front is really nice as well. The front is really nice. One thing I like about this dash, it seems like it's one solid piece. I'm not sure if it is, but it just feels, you know, there's no creaks no matter where you touch it. And I love that, because most times the dash is what starts to creak first. So I love that, you know, everything feels solid. Even this stop screen, yeah, it doesn't feel like an afterthought. It actually blends in with the dash really nicely. Here you have your fan speed, your temp, you have auto, everything's really nice. Here you have a drive button, which I explained in the driving part of the video. Underneath here, you have a cigarette lighter, you have USB, music, you know, movies, whatever, and over here you have a dedicated charger. Don't interchange these two. Use the charger for charging and USB for your multimedia purposes. Touching on the Kia's interface as well, the Kia interface has really come a long way in terms of responsiveness. You have physical buttons, so you can press it and go directly to whatever, right? Physical buttons, you have a media button, you have your favorites, but also it is a touch screen, so you can, you know, and it's really responsive. You press something and you get a response right away. Just like the Kia Rio I did a few weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, it's really responsive. You touch something and it just works. you know. You have your different settings and whatnot. Plus, you have your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You have your radio, voice memo, phone, you know, standard affair. On this side, you have a vanity mirror, no light. On this side, no vanity mirror and no light. Here you have a little pocket for your shades or whatever people put up here. You have your lights. I would always recommend putting these LED. It's much brighter and it saves power. You have your rear dome light here. This is really wiggly though. This is really wiggly. I noticed this. I love that the center armrest. I love that the center armrest comes forward, so you get a a bit more adjustment. However, I don't know what it is, but this center armrest thing here is really wiggly. So too with this on top here, it's really, I'm not sure why it's like this, but it's really wiggly. I really like this layout. Plus it tells you on the screen what you're doing. For example, headlight on, everything is on, then it have auto, then it have off. Even with the wiper, you put the wiper on, low, high, that's for the rear. So it really tells you everything you need to know. Now at first I didn't like that digital speed gauge, but after a while it really grows on you, because especially with these speed limits out here, you know exactly the speed you're going at a glance. The steering wheel is also really nice. It feels nice in the hand, but it's really light. It's too light. There's no road feel whatsoever from the vehicle. The vehicle is just dull to drive, but the steering wheel, it feels nice. The dash is also really well laid out. Look at it. It looks really premium, and like I said, there are no noticeable creaks. Everywhere you touch, it just feels sturdy. Now the Kia Sonet in other markets, you can see they have a drive mode select button. We have that, but we don't have the camera view button, and we don't have the traction control button, which later on in this video we'll realize the car does need traction control because it loves to spin its tires. And I guess that's because it has 8 gears, so each gear is able to put down more torque because they are bigger. But yeah, we need our traction control button. Just more things that we don't get in our market for some reason. Apparently safety isn't available in our market. Now moving to the side here, you can see the controls for the window, the mirrors, the central locking, and you can see that P there, that is for your parking sensor. You can press it to turn it on and off if you don't like the beep 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 song. But everything is really well laid out. But let's take the vehicle out on the road and see how it drives, see how it performs under heavy braking, what's the 0 to 60, and all the good stuff. Now, I must say this vehicle is really dull to drive. There's no road feel whatsoever. The steering wheel is light, you're moving and you're just moving. That's it, just moving. Now, if you have ever driven one of Kia's earlier attempts at Tiptronic, let's say 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, you will know that it has a noticeable lag. When you put the vehicle in Tiptronic and you shift up or down, there is a lag. But they seem to have addressed that with these newer versions. For example, I'm at 81 kilometers, Tiptronic, I'm in 8th gear, which is the highest gear by the way. This vehicle has 8 gears. So if I want to gear down 7th, down 6th, down 5th, down 4th, down 3rd. And it actually allows you to go even lower than those generations as well. Those generations you could have gone down like maybe 1, 2 gears, 3 gears if you're lucky. But in these newer generations, you are able to go almost a red line. This vehicle is geared so much towards fuel economy. Like most vehicles, it tries to get to its tallest gear as quickly as possible. So you could be cruising at 55 kilometers an hour and you are in 8th gear. Now, it has this drive mode select button, marked drive. When you press it, you can see we are in sport, eco, normal. Now forget it normal because normal really makes no sense. Eco, the vehicle tries to get to 8th gear as quickly as possible. Now, when you are in sport, you realize that the vehicle holds a gear. You all may not be able to hear it, but it's actually revving slightly higher, right? So I'm going to put in Tiptronic, which means it's holding 5th gear, right? It's in 5th gear right now. Now this is annoying after a while because, listen, you are always revving. You are always just hearing it in the background. Now, why I say this drive button is a gimmick, because look, it's back in eco. The vehicle has settled down, has composed itself. Back in the day, before they put that button, what you would do is simply just put it in Tiptronic like this. See? And the vehicle tends to hold gears anyway. So that drive mode button, it doesn't change the weight of the steering wheel. It doesn't change the responsiveness of the pedal. Nothing. All it does, it tells the vehicle, hey, don't try to get to the highest gear as quickly as possible. Hold your gear as long as possible. Which is the same thing most cars can do by just putting the vehicle into Tiptronic mode anyway. So it's a gimmick. I mean, it's a button, but Yeah, it's a gimmick. The international versions have more buttons though. The international versions have like traction control and all of that. I don't think this vehicle has traction control because every chance this vehicle gets, it tries to spin its wheels. Example, I'm gonna turn here. See, it loves to spin its tires. There's a dead zone in the vehicle's acceleration pedal about this big, right? So you're mashing and nothing happens. And then you get lower down because it's like, what the hell is taking place? And the vehicle lurches forward, right? And you can actually hear some wheel spin. Now, if you own the vehicle, you will get used to these characteristics, you know, over a period of time. But having now driven the vehicle, this is like the second day I'm driving the vehicle, yeah, it's annoying because it's like, why is there a dead zone this wide? And you would think that the drive mode select button would change that, you know, maybe make it slightly faster or whatever the case is, but no, it's still a dead zone this wide, and it's like, why put that there? Now for a small engine, it moves, you know, it really moves. It drones on and on though. It's a noticeable it drones on and on, which is to be expected of a vehicle, you know, within this price point, but it moves. I took this vehicle out 2 separate Sundays. The first Sunday, it failed, in my opinion, it failed the braking test. It just didn't brake stable at all. But the road was slightly damped, and I was like, okay, maybe that's the cause. I spoke to a sales rep, and the sales rep said, okay, maybe the tires weren't inflated properly, and the road was damped or whatever. So I took it back out again the following Sunday, which is the last Sunday in January, and again, it failed, in my opinion. So why did I say the vehicle failed my braking test? Well, if you look at my steering wheel input right now, it's more to the right, and that's because the rear of the vehicle actually tries to kick out. The vehicle wheels lock and it actually tries to kick out, sending the front to the left. So I had to correct it by pulling back right. Now this is undesirable because an inexperienced driver under heavy braking can run into difficulties with this really quick, and it's unpredictable. Because I did this test multiple times, and sometimes it will pull to the left, sometimes the back will kick out to the right, and it's just unpredictable. Now, an inexperienced driver ending up in an emergency braking scenario would run into problems really quick because you're turning the steering wheel and nothing really significant happens. The vehicle just, you know, it locks in the direction it's going and it stays there. So we're gonna go to 80. 80 is the next most common speed limit. So we had 60, 70, and 80, and hard brake. Yeah. Now as you can see, I didn't even come to a complete stop. I just ease off the brakes and let it come to a slow roll because the vehicle just keeps trying to kick out and pull left and pull right, and I just wasn't comfortable, you know, continuing with the braking test. I'm not sure if the vehicle is just too light. I'm not sure if the Apollo tires are just shit. I'm not sure what the reason is, but under heavy braking, it's not as composed as I think it should be. I'm not sure if it's the Apollo tires, like I said before, or if it's an issue with the Sonet line itself, but it's not as composed. Even the Kia Rio and the Kia Cerato seems to have more composure under emergency braking circumstances. When it comes to safety, you have a number of airbags. You can see the 2 front passenger airbags, then you have side airbags, and you have curtain airbags. So in the safety department, yes, they're not lacking in that. Wherever cost they save elsewhere, they put it here. Other than that, you know, I will sum up the vehicle as being a cheaply made vehicle in a flashy body. It looks nice, it drives nice on, you know, clear roads like this where there's no bumps, no humps, nothing. But every now and then reality sets in and you realize it's a cheaply made vehicle. From the wiggly headliner to the wiggly center armrest to the dead zone in the pedal, even to the braking performance, you realize, yeah, it's really a cheap vehicle. And that is something Kia has mastered. They have mastered making cheap vehicles that are cheap behind the scenes. You have to really look for the cheapness to see it. Overall, it's a nice vehicle, you know, getting from point A to point B while looking stylish. In terms of styling, I would give this vehicle an 8 out of 10 in this segment because it's one of the most beautiful vehicles in this small crossover type segment. When it comes to performance, I would say it's a 4 because it's neither here nor there, it's just there. You press the pedal and it moves. When it comes to driving dynamics, it's a 3 because you don't really feel anything. The steering wheel is really light, the wheels don't tell you what it's doing, it's just there.